as always, remember these ones are just to get you moving, get you loosened off, not really to raise your heart rate. So if you feel yourself getting a little bit out of breath, a little bit hot, just slow things down a little bit. Okay, so we'll start off with our mobility. So we'll do our head turns first of all. So turning your head, go side to side. Very slight pause as you look over one shoulder, but trying to keep yourself moving the majority of the time. Whilst you do this, just think about bringing your body up tall, as if you've got a piece of string going from the top of your head up to the ceiling or the sky, trying to bring you up tall. Okay, turning back to the front, we're now going to go up and down. So looking up to the sky or the ceiling, and then gently bring your chin downwards. Don't want anybody feeling dizzy. Gently back up and slowly down. Really stretch at the bottom part. Okay, so you get a good stretch at either end. Okay, looking straight ahead. Let's go for our shoulder rolls. So bring those shoulders up to your ears, back and downwards, and then up, back and down. Really nice strong circles. Really stretching out. Good stuff. Okay, relax your shoulders down. We're now going to go for our torso rotations. So hands together, keeping your hips still. You're going to twist your shoulders from side to side. Remember, go slow on these ones. The slower you go, the easier it is to control what is moving. And you only want your upper body to be moving, okay? Again, still thinking about being up tall whilst you do your turns. Last one, and back to the front. All right then, next one is our hip circles. So, grabbing a handhold if you want to, all right? You're going to bring your knee up, so it's roughly at 90 degrees if you can. And then keeping it there, you're going to open it out to the side and then drop down. We'll change legs each time. So lift your knee up to 90 degrees, open it out like a door and downwards. Then the other knee again, take it up, open out, drop down. Try and avoid twisting your body too much. I know it's quite difficult. Just do what you can. Up, take it out, down, up, take it out, down. Let's do one more on each leg. Lovely stuff. Okay, knee bends. So these are our slow hamstring curls. Okay, so you're going to slide your foot back, bend your knee, lift your heel as high as you can, and then drop down. Change to the other leg, bend that knee, bring that heel up towards your bum, and drop down. Slight pause at the top, bend, bring it up, squeeze, and relax. Other leg, bend that knee, heel up, squeeze, relax. We'll do two more each side. Squeeze that knee up, relax. Last one on either side. Good stuff. Okay, then finally for our mobility, we have our ankle rolls. So holding on with one hand, one leg off the floor out in front of you, and then with your toes, you're drawing a circle. Really nice and big. You really should be able to feel a good stretch, particularly across the front of your leg, so down the front of your shin, and then perhaps at the back when your toes go to the top of the circle and round. Okay, change circles, but stay on that same leg, so just go the opposite direction. Look at your leg. Is your knee moving? Is your leg moving? It should only be your ankle, okay? Bring that foot back on the floor and we'll change sides. So take that foot out and then off you go, drawing that circle with your toes. So you've really got to focus on keeping that leg still. If you look at the camera now, the only thing moving is my foot. Okay, my leg is staying still. Now change direction. Going the other way. Good stuff. Okay then. So we will go on with our balance and our sort of strengthening exercises today. So last week we spoke a lot about core engagement. Okay, I can't remember how many of you were here or weren't here last week. So we'll just go through the core engagement again quickly because it is an exercise in itself. All right. So, sorry, just sorting the dog out there. So core engagement, that is the ability to tighten your core muscles whilst still breathing so that your trunk area is protected and strong for whenever you need to do other exercises such as balance, picking something up, even just standing on one leg. If this is solid, the rest of you is more stable and balanced. Okay, so come into a comfortable standing position, nice and relaxed with your legs. Okay, first of all, you're going to think about growing tall. So again, that piece of string pulling upright. Okay, so just roll your shoulders, give them a little wiggle so that they relax down nice and naturally. Okay, you should be fairly comfortable in that position. Now place your hands on your, just over your belly button. Okay, the way that you engage your core is to think about your belly button pulling in towards your spine. Okay, so there's lots of ways you can think about this. You can think about someone's about to poke your belly and you're trying to get your belly away from them. You can have it that someone's got a hook and they're reaching and they're pulling you backwards, inwards. Okay, so whatever works for you. Now when you have your hands on your waist, when you do this pull in, you should feel that your hands drop very slightly in towards you. Okay, or the other way I guess you could say is that your core, your belly pulls away from your hands. All right, so we're going to go for 5 of these. You're going to pull in. I'm going to count 2 whilst you hold that feeling. Remember to breathe whilst you hold. Okay, so nice relaxed position. Now bring your belly button inwards, squeeze your belly in to your spine, hold for 2 and 1, and then relax. Let's go again. So squeeze that belly button towards your spine, hold for 2 and 1, and relax. 3 more to do. Pull that belly button in, hold 2, 1, and relax. Now what I'd like you to do for the last 2 is I'd like you to count out loud with me so that you can check yourself that you are breathing, all right? Because you can't hold your breath and talk at the same time. So all together, you're going to pull your belly button in and everybody count 2 and 1 and relax. Last one, pull your belly button in, count 2 and 1 and relax. Good. So if you kind of hurried out, 2 and 1, probably means you're holding your breath, all right? So perhaps a little bit more practice of the squeeze whilst you breathe is good. Talking is a perfect way to do it. So even when you're away from here and you're having a conversation with your family, just carry on talking and just squeeze your belly button in, okay? You might get a bit of a dazed look on your face, but it will work, trust me, all right? So next one, we're going to do our single leg stand with the belly squeeze, all right? So next to something you can hold on to, should be old hats at this. This is our very familiar balance exercise. So we're going to go for 30 seconds, all right? With your belly squeeze, you can hold it as long as you can manage. If you can hold it for 30 seconds, brilliant. You might get a bit sort of knackered by the end of that. But what I'd like you to do is whilst you're standing on one leg, think squeeze, relax, as much as you need to, all right? So feet starting close together. Slide one foot back, so just your toes are on the floor. Shift that body weight onto your standing leg. I'll get my clock before we go forever. Okay. So your body weight should be on your standing leg. Lift that foot off the floor. And now think about your belly squeeze. Pull that belly button in. Our 30 seconds has started. So you're balancing. Think of that core. Pull that belly button towards your spine. Keep breathing. If you need to have a conversation out loud to check that you are breathing, then do so. If it gets too much and you think, oh, I've lost it, I don't know what I'm doing, just relax your core. Keep standing on one leg and then think, okay, re-squeeze. Pull that belly button towards your spine. Good, and there's your 30 seconds. Okay, second leg to do. So just move your feet around, reset, slide that other leg behind you, shift that body weight onto that standing leg, lift that foot off the floor, 30 seconds starts now, and then think, pull my belly button towards my spine. We're trying to squeeze into a tight pair of jeans. Combine that with breathing and with your balance. Squeeze in, keep squeezing. If you need to relax, that's fine, but re-squeeze again. Last 5 seconds. Pull in with that core. Good, and relax. Well done, okay. So what would be interesting, and you'll have to ask yourself this question because I can't get your feedback, is do you feel more balanced while squeezing? Do you feel less balanced, or do you not notice because you're concentrating? Okay, because theory states we should feel more balanced while squeezing because suddenly all of this in here is more solid. You know, we're not flopping about like this. All right, so that's the theory at least. Okay, right, next one, you need your chair. We are going to do reverse crunches with your belly squeeze. Okay, so just turn, should be able to see there. All right then, so we're going to try and do this in time with each other, okay, just because sometimes I think it helps when you can kind of keep at a regular pace. So just quickly, if you haven't done this before, the movement is a lean back in your chair and a sit forward, all right? So have your hands out in front of you, or if they get tired, you can cross them over your chest, all right? But whilst we do this, what we're going to think about is that belly squeeze, okay? So we're going to try and do it all together, all right? So keep in time with me. Feet stay flat on the floor, body up, your spine should not bend, okay? Should be a nice comfortable position. So hands out in front of you. Before you move, pull your belly button in. Same feeling as you had before. Keep that feeling as you slowly lean back. Go as far as you can without collapsing back, and then sit forward. Relax your belly. Let's go for a second time. So squeeze that core in, then slowly sit back in your chair. Don't allow yourself to collapse back, and then come forward and relax the belly. Drop your hands for a second. So make sure when you come backwards, the point when you decide to come forward again, there's two deciding factors. One is that your feet start to come off. The other, okay, is that you lose it and you have to collapse back into the chair. So if either of those two things happen, you've gone too far and you need to go less the next time. Right, so let's go for a few more. Hands out in front, squeeze that belly button in, slowly sit back, and then forward. Relax the belly, squeeze in again, leaning backwards and forward. Good, relax, re-squeeze, come back, forward and relax. Let's do two more. Squeeze that core in, really focus on the squeeze, leaning back and then forward. Relax. Last one, squeeze your core, leaning back, forward and relax. Very good. Okay, getting up out of your chairs. You do need something to hold on to for this next one. All right. So we are moving away from the belly squeeze now. All right. Well, that's not the focus of these next exercises, but still have it in the back of your mind in terms of it's a really good way of you're feeling a bit floppy, a bit balanced, bring that belly button in. Okay, so this next one, what I'll do is I'll show you it first of all, okay, to hopefully remind those of you who were here last week, and then I'll talk you through it as we get going, okay? So you are standing on one leg, the other leg just comes off the floor, all right? Need a little bit of space in front of you. And this balancing leg comes out behind you as you bend your other knee, okay? So that's the movement, all right? And we'll go through it sort of step by step. So, standing in front of your chair, have a good arm's length in front of you. If you're too close, you're not going to be able to go anywhere. So a bit of a stretch to hold on, okay? Choose whichever leg you want to stand on first of all. And then keeping the leg straight, you just lift your hip. Can you see that? I just lift my hip, but I keep my leg nice and straight. So I'm on one leg, I've lifted the other one. I start taking that leg behind me, okay? And then when it gets far enough, bend your standing leg and lean forward as if you're about to pick something off the floor, and then stand back up again. Okay, we'll stay on the same leg. Lift that standing leg up, take it behind, bend that knee and tilt forward, and then back. Let's go for 2 more. Lift that leg, take it behind you, bend your knee, lean forward, back up. Ready for your last one. Keep that floating leg straight, okay? Try not to bend your knee. So lift your hip, take that straight leg behind you, bend your standing knee, and come behind, and then back up straight. Good, okay, give your legs a little wiggle. Now, hopefully, you should be able to feel that the standing leg had to do a lot of the work, and that's the aim, is your standing leg should be the one that feels a bit tired, normally down the back section here, all right? If you're not feeling that, don't worry. Again, it's a very good balancing exercise in itself. So now we need to do the other leg. So standing on the other leg, lift that hip, but keep your floating leg straight, okay? Take it behind, bend your standing knee, lean forward, and then back up. Lift that floating leg, take it behind, bend your standing knee, lean forward. So as you do these, your floating leg should come out behind you, stretch it back. Let's go for 2 more. Lift that leg, take it behind, bend the knee, lean forward, and then back. 1 more. Lift that standing leg, take it behind, bend your knee, and lean forward, then back up. Very good. Okay. Next one is our heel stand. So we kind of introduced this, no, we introduced the walking last week, but we're going to wake our bodies up with a couple of heel stands. Okay. So making sure you've got your chair in front of you. You're going to lift the balls of your feet off the floor so that you are balancing on your heels, okay? Remember what I said before, you may need to very, very slightly lean your upper body forward to counteract the movement with your feet, okay? So in your own time, just do a couple of those. So go from flat feet, lean slightly forward, lift your toes, try and balance, and then come back flat. And just do a couple of those in your own time, okay? Getting your brain thinking about balancing on your heels. I'm going to do 1 more. Good. All right. So now as our last balance exercise, we're going to do the heel walking. All right. So same thing as last week. Take it slow. Make sure you've got something next to you to hold on to the whole way. All right. And try not to, it's really difficult, but try and keep your body as close to fully upright as possible. So don't, when you're walking like this, because that makes it a lot easier, okay? But that's not mimicking everyday life. So you need to keep your upright posture and only tweak it the minimum that you need to stay balanced, okay? So we're going to go for 1 minute. Pick your place. If you need to go into your hallway so that you've got a hand against the wall the whole time, then that's absolutely fine. The kitchen's quite a good place because you've got a worktop. Make sure that you are safe. Risk assess your own homes before you do this, okay? So my timer is on. Getting yourself into position, lift those toes off the floor, and off you go. I'm going to walk behind Jono so I've got something next to me. Practice what you preach. So, walking just on your heels, okay? Keeping your toes off the floor as much as you can throughout all of this. This is great exercise for the front of your shins as well. The muscles that run up your shins, they really work doing this exercise, having to keep your toes off the floor. Take it steady. Test yourself. I think I said this last week, hopefully none of you are wearing heels. We have 15 seconds left. Keep going with the heel walks. I'm guilty of this, try not to look down. I keep staring at my feet. Try and look up and ahead. Good stuff. Okay, back to normal walking. There is your minute. Well done, everybody. Okay, so just give your feet a little wiggle. Again, hopefully you can feel the front of your shins feel a little bit achy and a bit tight, okay, because the muscles at the front there are really having to work to lift your feet, okay? So let's move on to our stretches. Let's go, we'll go top to bottom today. All right, I think we did this last week as well. So we're going to start with opening out our shoulders and our chest. Okay, so elbows together, hands together. We're going to just start by opening the book, okay, and then shutting the book. Opening out, squeeze your hands and your elbows behind, but don't arch your back, and then bring your hands together again. Have a look in your cameras. Are your elbows roughly at 90 degrees? Doesn't have to be perfect 90 degrees, but make sure that your elbows aren't down by your waist. Okay, so try and have your elbows up at least sort of top half of your rib cage. Okay, closing those hands, open out the elbows and the hands, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then come forward again. Oh, we're being rained on by some leaves. Open out back, and then slowly close. Good, drop your arms, give them a shake. And then we're going to go for our overhead military press. So hands together, open them out like before. Again, imagine you're flat back against a wall, and now you're sliding your hands up against the wall until they are straight over your head, or as straight as you can get them. Slowly slide them back down the wall. You could bring them all the way down to your waist if you like this time. Then slowly slide them back up your figurative wall overhead, and then slowly back down. Squeeze your elbows down to the floor at the last bit, and then take them slowly back up over your head. So your shoulders are getting a full range of motion here, going from right over your head to right down below. Last one up, slowly squeeze, and then slowly return back to your normal standing position. Okay. Next one that we're going to do is our rotation. So we're going to do it a little bit differently this time for this week. All right, I'm just going to move the chair out of the way. So very similar movement, but we're going to add a little different extension. So your hands are going to come on your knees. So you're standing in this position. All right. Now we're going to combine two movements. So let's all start with your right hand. Let's make it slightly easier for me to describe. So with your right hand, what we're going to do first of all is push. So I've got my palm facing me. Okay. I'm going to push my right arm over to the left. But I'm not taking my hand, my left hand, off my knee. My right hand is stretching over to my left, but I get to a point where I can't go any further, okay? From that position there, slowly, again, your head and your hand glued together, take it up to the sky, to the movement that we've normally done. Now bring your right hand back down, and it's going to reach over across you to your left. Again, don't take that left hand off your knee, okay? Now take it back up, so it comes up to the sky, and then take it slowly through across your body to your left again. We'll go for one more. So take it slowly, follow your hand with your head, take it up to the sky, really stretching behind you, and then slowly bring that right hand back onto your right knee. Okay, let's go for the left. So starting with your left, turn your palm to face you, stretch over towards your right, across your body, really reach, and then bring it across, feel like a windmill, and take it up behind you, slowly down, cross your body to the right, really stretch, and then up, swing that windmill up behind you, so you're looking at the sky, and then slowly come through over to the right again. This is a really nice one to do. Make sure it goes slowly. If you were to do this regularly, you really would start to open out your shoulders and your chest, which a lot of the population suffer with just because of the way we sit these days. Good. Going to come down one last time. And whatever position you are at, hands back on your knees and slowly standing back up again. Okay, so we've kind of combined our T-spine rotation, which is the one where you come up, and our side reach. All right, so we won't have to do those separately because we combine them in one movement, which is always good to do. Time efficiency and all of that. So we're going to move to our leg stretches. Let's go for our quad stretch. So just have something to hold on to, bit of extra precaution. Sliding that heel back into the knee bend that we started with, grabbing hold of your foot or your ankle, your trouser leg, your sock, and holding. Okay, I don't know if there are some of you that struggle with this. Let me quickly just show you the alternative. So alternatively, if you can, put your foot onto a chair, and then that might be enough, that might stretch enough for you. But if not, you can slowly sit as if you're about to sit down, and that will stretch the front of your leg. But it's slightly harder than if you're stood up, so play by ear. All right? Okay, change legs. So whichever leg you haven't done, take that one behind and give it a hold. And just breathe. Okay, relax that foot down. Then we're going to go for our hamstring stretch. So one leg comes out straight, lock that knee nice and straight, bend your other knee, push those hips behind you. With your hands, they go on your bent leg. Feeling that all the way up the back of your outstretched leg. You can experiment a little bit. So from this position, slowly bring your toes up to the sky. And you'll probably feel it a little bit more in your lower calf. Okay, and if you drop your foot flat to the floor, you'll probably feel it more in the back of your knee, going up the back of your thigh. Okay, slowly come out of that and change legs. Taking that leg out straight, bending the other one, push your hips back, and then again, pull those toes up to the sky, feeling it in your calf as well as your back of your leg. And then pushing that foot flat to the floor, seeing how it changes the stretch. and then slowly come out to that one. Well done, everybody. Another week done.